Are you a DIY junkie who's suffering with persistent elbow pain? If you are, then I've got one tip for you that's going to make a massive difference. My name is Will Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties Specialist Physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be giving you one very simple trick for less elbow pain when you work out, when you do DIY, when you do heavy lifting, and all of the other active things that can cause elbow pain. Now, for many people, elbow pain happens either on the outside of the elbow here, which we call tennis elbow, or it happens on the inside of the elbow here, which we call golfer's elbow. Okay? Now, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to be a tennis player to suffer from tennis elbow, and you don't have to be a golfer to suffer from golfer's elbow. They're common in these sports, but they're also common in a lot of other things such as weightlifting, DIY, anyone who does things like rope pulling, anyone who works in a laundry room who's pulling things out of the machines, basically anyone who has to do a lot of gripping. And you might think, why on earth is gripping a cause of elbow pain? Well, the reason for it is that tennis elbow and golfer's elbow are not actually elbow conditions at all. They're conditions of the wrist and the hand. Let me explain. So, the problems that we have on our elbow, tennis elbow and golfer's elbow, are a kind of tendonitis or tendinopathy, so an inflammation of the tendon. And the tendon that's inflamed sits near the elbow, but it's attached to a muscle which is in the forearm, on this side for tennis elbow and on this side of the forearm for golfer's elbow. So repetitive use of these muscles, if it's done over a lot of time and the muscle is not given time to recover, can cause an inflammation and pain in the tendon right by the elbow. So many people who have elbow pain think they need to do elbow rehab, and actually elbow rehab will do nothing at all for your elbow pain. You must do a different type of rehab if you want to fix it, and I have a video for the type of rehab in other places in my channel. I will leave a link in the show notes. However, we're going to talk about how to prevent it and how to keep doing all of your normal stuff, so your weightlifting, your DIY, without making the problem worse. So you need to have the rehab on point, which is why we have the other video, but this one is all about prevention and stopping it from getting worse. Now, what we find is for people who do lots of gripping, they activate the muscle either down here, the flexor muscle here, which is by the golfer's elbow point, or the extensor muscle here, which is by the tennis elbow point, and they switch those muscles on when they grip. So people who lift heavy weights, people who dig using a spade in the garden, those are all activities that involve a lot of gripping, okay? So what we often find with people who do a lot of gripping is it's actually a problem to do with their gripping technique that causes the problem in the elbow. Let me explain the problem that most people have. So I've fallen into this habit as well in the gym. So if I'm lifting heavy weights using a barbell or a dumbbell, I find that it's easier if I put the weight here in my fingers. I can close around it like this, and then I can lift nice heavy weight, and it doesn't cause me much problems with grip. I can grip heavier weights. Now the problem here is that because the bar is out towards the edge of the hand, and then I'm closing around it, my muscles in my wrist, the ones near the elbow, are having to work extra hard to keep my fingers tight. This means I have a really nice grip, but it also means that these muscles are under stress. So I can get away with it if I'm just doing it for half an hour a day in the gym. But if I was to go out and dig holes for 12 hours, I would be in real trouble because these muscles here would be fatigued, I'd be overloading them, I'd be doing things that they're not used to doing, and I might end up with elbow pain. So holding things here, okay, in these creases, is a bad idea if you have elbow pain. So what we need to do instead is slightly change our grip, okay? And the only change we need to make is we need to bring the bar or the spade or the screwdriver further down the hand. So what we want to look for here, the wrong grip to have is this line here, okay, where the fingers meet the hand. The correct grip to have is the next line down. So this line on the hand, this transverse line here, that is where the spade or the bar should go. Now this is going to feel really unnatural to start with. You're going to feel like you've lost grip strength. You're going to feel like you can't hold things as tightly, so it does take practice. But you'll also feel that your elbows hurt less, and that's because we're using less of the muscles in the forearm, we're using more the structure of the hand. The finger muscles are still working, but the muscles in the forearm and the wrist are getting more of a rest. So that slight change in grip, taking the bar or the spade from there to there, then closing the hand round it. If you go and continue your work or your workout like that, you're going to find that you get less pain in your elbows. Give that a try next time you do DIY or next time you do weightlifting or something like that, and see how you get on. Now, the other facet of recovery is rest. If you've got a lot of pain in your elbow, no matter what you do, it's going to make it worse. So you must rest for a bit before you try this trick. Wait until the pain is gone before you resume, but this trick can help you prevent it from getting worse and cause it to settle down a lot quicker than if you carry on using edge of the finger grip. Now, I hope that's been useful. Obviously, head to my other videos for rehab for tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. And if you want more tips and tricks like this about doing DIY safely and staying fit and active in your 50s and beyond, please feel free to pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can get a copy on Amazon using the link below this video. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next one.